Hello my friends, and welcome to another adventure. I'm keeping my voice down because I'm on a stealth camp today. I'm in a corner for Woodland near a place called Ystradfellte. So thank you for joining me. I'm closer to the road than I wanted to be, but due to the lie of the land, trying to find a flat area has been a bit difficult. So I found something just to my right. Once cleaned up, we'll just do the job for the night. I'm using a tarp tonight, and I've changed my sleeping system, which I'll explain a little later once I start setting up. So we're into March 25, or halfway through March. Temperatures are starting to rise during the day and night, but towards the end of this week now they've started to drop off. So although the days are getting longer and the nights are getting shorter, we're going to have a sub-zero temperatures during the early hours of tomorrow morning. It's going to get down to -1 or -2, so that should be interesting. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to clean the camp area up now. I'm hoping to have a fire later as well, even though it is a stealth camp. I'll explain that a bit later, so I'll catch you soon. Welcome back my friends. I've stopped for a little breather and a cup of coffee and a snack. Clearing the dead branches on the tree, the lower part of the tree. Worked up a little bit of a sweat, and cleaning the woodland floor as well of anything that was sharp or going to make my inside of my tarp uncomfortable. So I've done that, so I'll set up the tarp soon. It's going to be like an A-frame type setup. So I'll put a link in the description box of how to do it. I'm not going to show you how to do it. There's other people that have done loads and loads of these videos of how to set it up. So I shall do that. Getting here was quite difficult because the trees, it's a managed woodland. I think it's Natural Resources Wales. The lower branches of the tree are dead or dying, and they're intertwined, so they fill the gap between the trees. So looking back up the woodland now, because it's on an incline behind the camera, 50 meters visibility. I can't see beyond that because of the small spindly branches that are blocking line of sight. So I'm gonna have a fire later, and that certainly might reduce the glow. So we have had no significant dry periods recently, so things aren't bone dry. There's still a lot of dampness around, so the chances of anything catching fire are very slim. Nobody's pursuing me. This isn't an escape, an evasion situation. Although there may be some situations where you may have to light the fire, shelter, warmth, water, etc. So nobody knows I'm here. Chances of being discovered are very slim because I'm off. There are a very limited number of public footpaths rights away in this area, so the chances of anybody coming across me are extremely slim. So I'm gonna have a fire later because temperatures are due to decrease. Oops, pine needles falling. I've checked the trees, as you've seen earlier in the video, for any widowmakers. They're all steadfast. There's no high winds expected, and we're sheltered in here at the minute anyway. And that may help during the night with the low temperatures. It may not get as cold in here as it would on outside the woodland in exposed area. But I am expecting temperatures down round about 0 or just above 0, which is cold enough. So I'm gonna have a little fire, get a little bit of warmth. It's so great to sit in front of a little fire, especially when you're camping, certainly in a woodland. And there's plenty of deadfall around here. There's no need for me to cut any green wood because one, it doesn't burn very well, or not at all, and secondly, there's just so much deadfall. I can find loads of wood to burn later. I'm not going to have the fire close to my camp because behind me, about 100 meters, there's a road. So I'm going to go a little bit further up the track to have the fire. And any embers then are not going to land on the tarp and burn a hole in it. I've seen a few videos on YouTube where people have had fires quite close to their tents, and the embers then rise in the air and they come back down and they go on your tent and they burn a hole in your tent. So never have a fire too close to your tent. Right, I'm going to carry on now, getting this tarp set up, finish my coffee and my snack. I'll touch base with you in a little while. Hi there, welcome back. Well, things haven't gone quite as I planned. The surface area of the ground that I had to work with isn't wide enough for the tarp setup that I wanted. Call me naive, but it's the first time that I've used this particular tarp setup after seeing it on YouTube. So I just thought the space I had located would have been suitable, but it's not. So I've just had to throw a tarp like traditional, and even that is turned into a bit of a pig's ear. I've got shelter, it's not a problem. I've got shelter, so that's fine. But because I've got it open both ends, obviously it's not going to be as warm inside as I would have anticipated. So, you know, it is what it is. So then I brought some scrim netting with me, Chinese made by the finest Chinese engineers, clearly. But I suppose if you're paying people low wages, what's the saying? Pay peanuts, employ monkeys. So the scrim netting I bought is supposed to be 3x3, but it's more like 3x2.5. So it doesn't even fully cover the tarp that I've set up. I'll show you in a minute. So that's the first time I've used it today. I probably had the scrim net in about 2 years. I've got some other scrim net in. That's 3x2, which I've used in a previous video. But I was going to use this now just to cover all of the tarp, just to make it blend in a bit more. So it's covered on one side, and sort of 2/3 covered on the other side. So it's the right pigs here, it is. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy myself on this camp. You know, I'm going to make the best of it and enjoy myself. So, sleeping system. So usually I use an X-bed down mat 9, which is thicker and bigger than this sort of more, how can I say? I'd probably use this 3 seasons rather than 4 seasons. I have used it 4 seasons. I've used it inside a bivvy setup. But as the temperatures are getting warmer now, this is what I'll probably be using more summertime. I'm not sure what the R rating on this is. I think the R rating on this is somewhere between 4 and 6. So it's suitable for what I need it for tonight and through the summer. And it's obviously a bit smaller and a bit lighter than the X-bed down mat 9. So stick that in there. Now normally I use down quilts. I'm just thinking now, is it Featherstone Moondance 25, which has got 850 fill, so that's really warm. And also I've got a Chorus 20, which I think is 650 fill as well, but I don't rate that as well as the Moondance 25. So anyway, I'm using one Tigris. I'm using a synthetic quilt tonight because it's single skin and there may be some condensation on the inside. Rather than the down sleeping bag get wet or damp and start losing insulation, I'm using this. I think this is up to 3 seasons. It's rated from 5 degrees to 20 degrees. So, you know, this should be alright tonight. So it's water resistant 20D ripstop nylon. So now inside that, I'm going to use, this is I think this is like a 2 season or 3 season. I'd say 2 season. It's a lightweight, so it's mounted in warehouse. I've used this before as well. So this is comfort rating 16 degrees centigrade to 12 degrees centigrade, extreme 2 to 36, 2 degrees centigrade. So it's 300 fill, grey duck down. So this will go now inside the one Tigris to give me a bit more warmth and insulation, and then we see how we get on. So yeah, a few things I'm going to plan. The area that I wanted to camp, I've not done a reconnaissance on this area other than Google Earth and OS Maps. Wales doesn't tend to have a lot of deciduous forests. They're all managed conifer forests by Forestry Commission or National Resources Wales. So woodland camping in Wales, I find, especially in this area, is extremely limited. The forest floor isn't flat, because in between the rows of trees you have these sort of dips. In between every single one of them there's these dips. So trying to find a suitable place to camp. If you had a hammock camping, you're laughing. But if you sort of if you're ground camping, you're going to be limited on the size of the tent you can bring. You have to be quite a small tent. And difficulty then trying to find a suitable pitch. Anyway, the days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter. So it's 2:30 now. I've been here for about 3 hours. I suppose faffing about. So I'll show you the tarp setup. It is what it is. I'm just limited at the minute. So this is one side. And this says 3x3. And obviously it's not 3x3. It's more like 3x2.5. How the Chinese ever launched a rocket into space is beyond me. So this side is fine. This is what I wanted the other side to look like. So if I was using the 3x2 tarp, the screw netting would probably cover it tidy. But it's obviously not. So I may see if I can get a scrim 4x3 or 4x4 to use with this 3x3 tarp. Hi there. Well, it's 4 o'clock now in the afternoon and temperatures dropping. It's not windy, it's just temperatures dropping. So got the old hat on, keep my head warm. And this is a snug pack jacket I was telling you about. I couldn't afford a buffalo, which was about £180, and this is about £50 cheaper. So I got this from a company called Absolute Snow. It's the cheapest I could find. So I'll put a link in the description box. But yeah, it's lovely. You can stick your thumbs in like that. You've got nice pocket here. You can unzip it at the sides, maybe for a bit of ventilation or to get it on and get it off. It doesn't come with a hood. There's no hood attachment on this. Front zip. It's water resistant. It's not like fully waterproof, but it'll take a heavy shower. Yeah, that's it. So I've used it a couple of times now. This is the first camp I've used it on, but yeah, it does keep me warm. So I've got the fire pit ready and a load of wood up there for later, wait for it to get dark. The road behind me isn't a busy road, so later on this evening there'll be very little traffic at all. It's a narrow road, like a rural country road. So you won't get a lot of traffic on there later. So you know, no, I don't think anybody should see the fire from the road anyway. That's about it really. I'll touch base with you later. Hi there, welcome back. It's time now, 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna have a little bit of food. So I've got some naked meals, rehydration meals, cheap and cheerful, but they taste alright. One is Szechuan, sweet and spicy, and the other one is Sri Lankan style rice. So I mixed both of them together. Don't cost a lot. It's only for it's only for one night, so it'll fill a gap, take away the hunger. What I forgot to mention earlier as well is the patches. The patches didn't come with the jacket. I bought those from eBay and different places online. So just in case you were wondering. So the sun has nearly gone down. The birds have even gone quiet now. They were singing away like hell earlier. I have recorded it. Right, I'm going to get on with this, and then I'll come back to you then once I get the fire started. Good morning. Well, the sun's out, so it's not as cold as it was yesterday evening. It's quite nice. I can't see any evidence of frost overnight. However, when I grabbed my metal shovel first thing this morning when I got up, read between the lines, that was really cold. I had to put gloves on. So the temperature did get down to near zero. I can't say if it went beyond zero, certainly not in the woods. But you know, I've done quite a bit of woodland camping over the years, but last night it was eerily quiet. There was no owls, didn't hear any foxes calling, nothing, just dead still. So I was warm as toast. I did put like the layers on. But yeah, it was a good night. So I'm just about packed up now. I've covered the fire pit over, so I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. It was nice to be out. I enjoyed it. Back to nature, listening to all the bird calls, relaxing, and an opportunity to bring some, you know, another adventure to yourselves. So I'm just going to finish this coffee now, and then I'm going to make tracks. Catch you soon. Leave no trace. Well, my friends, that's another adventure over. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to make tracks now. So until the next time, you all stay safe, and I'll see you again.